Morning all. All right, so we got 10 games tonight in the National Hockey League, and they're pretty spread out. So the first one starts at 7 o'clock Eastern, the last one starts at 10:30 Eastern. So if you're up on a Thursday night and you're like, I have nothing to do, well, you got a bunch of hockey games to watch if you want to. So starting at 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific, the Tampa Bay Lightning in against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Tampa Bay, 16-5-4. Away from home, they're 8-2-2. Pretty impressive on the road, right? And over their last 10, they're 7-2-1. So Tampa just keeps cruising along. On the Toronto side, they're 18-7-2. At home, they're 11-3-1. Over their last 10, they're 7-2-1. So really solid runs for both teams. Toronto's very good at home. Tampa's very good on the road. This is that challenge that the Toronto Maple Leafs really I think are looking forward to. Now, of course, without Marner, it's going to be a little more difficult, but Tampa's missing some key guys too, so we'll see who steps forward, right? 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 Pacific is also the start time for Chicago and Montreal. So this is a battle of two really good teams at the top of the league here, and here it's not. Chicago's 9-14-2. They've started falling off again. The away record 4-8-1, not fantastic. In their last 10, they're 5-5. If they play 500 hockey for the rest of the season, they will not make the playoffs. Montreal 4-9-1 at home. So you have a team that doesn't win often enough at home against a team that doesn't win often enough on the road. I know, scintillating. Over their last 10, Montreal's 2-7-1 to get to that 6-18-3 record. Winning 6 of their first 27 games is absolutely just crazy. 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 Pacific is the start time as well for the Anaheim Ducks and the Columbus Blue Jackets. Anaheim 14-8-5 on the season. Away from home, they're 5-4-3. So they definitely have a stronger home record than on the road. Over their last 10, they're 4-4-2. So they're still treading water. The thing is, there are teams that are improving. Looking at Vegas as an example of a team that's improved, and so they're going to have to, kick it into that next gear. Columbus is 13-11 at home. They're 9-3 on the season. Their last 10, they're 4-6. So things have started to kind of go in the wrong direction for Columbus over their last 10, but they're still above 500 right now, and we'll see tonight if they can beat Anaheim at home. And it's been a bit of a road trip already for Anaheim, so maybe they'll be tired. Maybe Columbus can take advantage. We'll see. 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific, the Nashville Predators in against the New York Islanders. Not going to lie, I really hope the Islanders get a win tonight because, 14-10-1 is the record for Nashville. Away from home, they're 6-5-1. Over their last 10, they're 5-5. Those numbers are okay. That'll keep you in the hunt. On the Islanders side, not so much. They're 6-10-5 on the season. At home, they're 0-4-2. Over their last 10, they're 1-6-3. But they did win their last game over Ottawa, so here we go. If the Islanders are going to get back in the hunt, they have all these games in hand on other teams. They have to win them all, basically. So we'll see how things go tonight. That one again starting at 4:30 Pacific, 7:30 Eastern. 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 Pacific. The Detroit game gets started. They're in St. Louis. So Old Norris division rivalry here. And the Red Wings are 13-10-3. Over their last 10, they're 5-4-1. Away from home, they're 4-7-1. Their road record's something they have to improve if they're going to stay in the hunt and maybe get into a playoff spot. On the St. Louis front, they're 13-8-4. At home, they're 8-3-1. Over their last 10, they're 5-3-2. The numbers are trending in the right direction for St. Louis, even though they've been missing a bunch of players. That win over Florida, we'll see if that gives them some oomph, and they're not playing Florida or Tampa Bay for the first time in 5 games, and that should make them feel better, right? So we'll see how things go tonight. That should be an interesting one. And then at 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 Pacific, the Carolina Hurricanes, who are 17-6-1 now, in against the 15-6-5 Calgary Flames. So 2 teams with very good records. Now on the road, Carolina is 10-3-1. Over their last 10, they're 5-4-1. So their road record's very good. Their last 10, good, but could be better. Calgary, they are 4-2-3 at home. Again, good, could be better. And over their last 10, they're 7-3. So they've won 4 out of their 9 home games. That needs to improve, but they've won 7 of their last 10. So they're doing well overall. Again, they're really good on the road, those Calgary Flames. 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 Pacific is also the start time for Boston in Edmonton. So Boston, coming off of a shootout loss, a long game. I'm looking for them to maybe get off to a good start against the Oilers and then fade later. We'll see. At 12-8-2, their record is, again, it's that good, not great territory, right? So away from home, they're now 5-4-1 with that shootout loss last night. Over their last 10, they're 5-3-2. The Oilers 16-8 at home. They're 9-3. Those numbers are very good, but they are 5-5 in their last 10. They have lost 3 in a row in regulation. They're going to be looking to turn that around. I get this feeling that because Ullmark's going to be in net for Boston tonight because Swayman played last night, Edmonton could really light up the Bruins tonight. It is possible that that takes place. 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 Pacific is then the start time for Winnipeg in against Seattle. So, again, we've got 3 late games. We've got 4 pretty early games and 3 in the middle. 12-9-2 is the record for Winnipeg overall. They are 3-5-3 away from home, so that's not good. Over their last 10, they're 3-6-1, also not good. For Winnipeg, it looked like they were figuring it out, that they were starting to turn it around, and then the game against Carolina takes place. We'll see whether or not they can turn around against Seattle. Seattle's 9-14-2, but at home they're 6-7. They've been doing well. We'll see if that last loss they took unravels things a little bit. They're 5-4-1 in their last 10. So they are above 500 in their last 10, which Winnipeg is not. And we'll see tonight whether or not Seattle outplays Winnipeg. This should be a fun one. I've even alerted my wife to, hey, this game's on tonight if you can catch anything. The problem is the kids have stuff tonight, so I don't know how much of that she's going to see, but hopefully at least some of it. I think that's going to be a fun game. It's the first time ever that the Jets have been in Seattle. Then at 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific, the last 2 games of the night get started. Looking at Dallas and LA. Dallas coming off of a blown lead in Vegas last night. You don't want to start that. 13-8-2 overall, but away from home, they are 4-6-1. They had a great homestand. They need to be better on the road. They're 8-2 in their last 10. Again, those 7 wins in a row, that's all great, but they need to be better on the road. LA, 6-6-2 at home over their last 10, 2-5-3 to get to that record of 10-10-4. We'll see how things go for them tonight. They played excellent against Edmonton. Didn't seem to have anything left against Vancouver. Now they're home. They're against Dallas. They shouldn't have any trouble getting up for this game against a former division rival in the Dallas Stars. 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific, the Minnesota Wild. This team right here, right? So Winter Classic and all that, that's coming up. The 18-6-1 Minnesota Wild, away from home, they're 8-4-1, so they're very good away from home. Over their last 10, they're 8-1-1. They've won 7 in a row. Just excellent record overall. In against the 14-11-1 San Jose Sharks. They're 6-4-1 at home over their last 10. They're 6-4. So San Jose, decent record coming off of a win against Calgary. We'll see how they do against Minnesota. You know, if they can get these wins against the top teams in the West, they absolutely have a chance, right? So we'll see what happens. Let me know your winners in the comment section below, who you believe will win the games. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.